Hi there, so today I'm doing this simple glam look for the holidays. It is really simple. You only need like 2 shadows, 1 pigment, that's it. Obviously excluding eyeliner, mascara, lashes, and a classic real lip. But then honestly for the eyes it's like, okay, three shadows. I forgot about the wrap on highlight. If you haven't seen my $1 makeup series, I'll link it down below for you to be able to see if you want to watch it, that is. So without any further ado, let's get on with this festive look. Okay, so I've already done my brows and one of my eyes, so I'm gonna zoom you in so we can do this eye. So to start off, I used Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer as my eyeshadow primer. To set the eyeshadow primer, I'm using the LA Colors matte eyeshadow in the mattifying palette. I'm going to be using this shade. I'm going to set the primer. To set it, I like to set it until when I go over my eyes like this and I don't feel it tacky or sticky anymore and it's just smooth all over. That's how I know that my eyeshadows, that's how I know that when I blend my eyeshadows, it's going to be smooth. For my eyes today, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. Taking butter, I'm going to apply it into my crease. So you want to apply it above your crease. So as you can see, I have hooded lids, so I want to apply it above my crease. Put it up to the intensity that you like. Lightly patting it onto my skin, like barely touching. So I don't want to go into it too deep to where as I'm blending it, it's gonna be hard for me to blend. It's okay if you bring it down. You're gonna conceal it with, you're gonna cut the crease anyway with concealer, so it's not going to be that big of a problem. And in taking powder, I'm going to define the crease. So I'm not going to apply powder above butter. I'm just going to right above my crease. To make it easier, I like to semi-close my eyes like this, kind of tilt it like this. So like when I open my eyes, to where I can see where my crease is. Versus if you do it like this, to your eyes like this, your makeup like this, it's going to be harder for you to apply the shadow versus if you were to tilt your head a little bit backwards. To blend out powder, I'm just going to go back in with the same brush that I applied butter and just blend it out. Then taking a clean brush, I'm just going to blend the edges of butter so that it looks blended. It's okay if this side, it's okay for now if powder isn't as dark as this side is. We're going to blend it up after we cut the crease. I'm going to use my concealer to cut the crease. Since I've already done this eye, it's going to be easier for me to cut this side. So I'm just going to look above like this, and then basically you just dot where you want to cut your crease. And after you have dot the points, you just connect. Taking my concealer brush and I'm going to fill it in. back into powder, and then just line your crease. Going in with that first brush that you used to apply on powder, just going back in. Going back in with butter and just blend out the edges with butter. Just keep adding and blending, adding and blending. I know it's supposed to be a simple look, but honestly it's simpler than you think it is. It's not as hard as you think it is. And then going in with just a clean brush, I'm going to just blend out the edges. Taking in light, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. So how I like to do is I like to go swipe it alongside my brows, and then I like to go down. Then whatever's left over, I'll bring it to the end, to the front of my brows. Just blend it down. And then going back in with the clean brush, the brush I used to blend out, I'm just going to blend it so it looks blended and not harsh. And then as a base for the pigment that I'm going to use, I'm going to take LA Splash Shadow Sealer. I'm just going to apply it to the back of my hand because I don't want to apply it straight directly on my eyes. I don't want to apply it directly onto my eyes and get the applicator dirty from the concealer. I don't know if you can tell, but then the concealer has breaking up a lot, and it's like there's some area it's not as there's not concealer, and like there's this area right here, this area. So wherever I know that there's no concealer, that's where I know that the shadow, the glitter glue is on there. So for the pigment, I'm going to be using this pigment from Princessa in number 30. So one thing I like to do first is I like to add the pigment. I like to add the pigment onto my lid, not really up into where the cut crease is. After I apply it onto my lid, then I go in and concentrate on the cut crease. Then I'll go in, after I fill in the lid area, I'll go in and concentrate on this area right here. And that's how it should look like. So I'm going to apply eyeliner off camera because it's hard to apply it on camera. Okay, so for the rest of this video, I'm just going to do a voiceover. To start off, I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime primer base in 300, which is basically the green one. Then after that, I'm using Mercier Flawless Skin Nourishing Infusion the Rose Nourishing Oil. And then next, I'm using Etude House Glow on Hydra base, which is basically just another primer that makes my skin dewy and hydrated. And then for foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation in 128 Warm Beige. And then to blend it out my foundation, I'm using the beauty sponge that I got from Shop Miss A. Then for concealer, I am using the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer in Light Warm. And then to set under my eyes and all over my face, I am using the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder in Translucent. And I'm just using a big fluffy powder brush to smooth everything out. For blush, I'm mixing the top two shades from the e.l.f. blush palette in light. For highlight, I'm using the A2O Contour and Highlight Kit in Light Lavish Life, also from Shop Miss A. I'm making that face because I applied on too much highlight on that side of my face. But it's okay, I blended it out with the blush so that it looks natural, blended with the blush. And I also went in and used the same brush that I used under my eyes to blend out the rest of the highlight so it's not so strong. Going back into my eyes, taking powder, I am applying it as close to my lash line as possible. And then after that, I am blending it out with butter. And then I'm just taking the clean blush that I've been using throughout this whole video to blend out the edges. And then for my inner corner, I'm using the same shade that I use for my brow bone, which is in Lights. For my lashes, I used these lashes that I got off of eBay. For my waterline, I used the Rimmel Scandalize in Nude. And then to line my lips, I'm using the LA Colors Auto Lip Liner in Mauve. To fill in my lips, I'm using AOA Studio Wonder Lip Lock 24-Hour Lipstick in Badescu. For the final touch, I'm using the Badescu Aloe and Cucumber Facial Spray to set my makeup. And here I am just fanning my face dry. And this is the complete look. So that is all for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. So I hope you liked this tutorial. Remember to comment down below if you like it. And until next time, bye. So let's say you're at a party and you see this cute guy and you're like, ooh, he's cute, you know, like, oh. So show that sexy neck of yours. Well, like show it, you know, like show it, but then like make sure you look presentable too. And then you go. And if you see that he has in a girl, you start just go, oh, thing in my eye, and pull out your mirror so that his girl don't think nothing, because you don't want no beef, because beef is the last thing you want at a holiday party. And if all else fails, be there for the food.